WMMJ HD3, WDCJ FM HD3, and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.
The following program is paid for by Barbara Arnwine.
The topics, views, and opinions expressed on the air and via All Igniting Change with Barbara Arnwine, platforms by host Barbara Arnwine Esquire, guests, and supporters are their own and are independent of any organization, entity. Nothing said on the show or any of its platforms constitutes a client-attorney relationship or serves as legal advice counsel. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to Igniting Change, its platforms, or the show's host. It's time now for Igniting Change, a weekly provocative and empowering program where you, the listener, can ignite change. Now here's your host, Barbara Arnwine.
Get up, stand up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Igniting Change, and oh, do we have a great show for you today. We want to say welcome and good morning, that is, to all our West Coast people and to our people in the Midwest. Yes, yes, yes. We are so grateful that you are here today, and I want to bring on my amazing one of the boldest, baddest lawyers you're going to know, and I mean bad in the sense of extra good, lawyers you're going to ever know in this country. One of the most, I would say, proficient and eloquent voting rights leaders in our nation, none other than the mighty chair of the board of the Transformative Justice Coalition, Daryl D. Jones. Hey, Daryl.
Hey, Barbara, it must be Tuesday, it must be noon Eastern Standard Time. We're talking about igniting change. My goodness, Barbara, if change was not ignited last weekend throughout America with 5 million people stepping up for democracy, I don't know how you ignite more change than that. Just an exciting time, which is the first step of many steps to come, Barbara.
Absolutely. And people, we just want to remind you that, we at the Transformative Justice Coalition, we believe in the power of voting rights, but we're dealing with a terribly irresponsible administration right now. So that forces us to have to get in these streets to say, you got to abide by the Constitution, Mr. President. You have to do what's lawful, Mr. President. You can't do unlawful things. And for that reason, people took to the streets and said, no kings, no kings. Well, we're not finished with that effort because we know that we got to keep active. It isn't sufficient to have one-offs. We got to keep active, and we're committed to doing that, and we're going to be talking about next, July 17th, John Lewis. But before we get into our show, just one moment, everyone. Please give us just 1 minute of silence for Melissa Hortman and her husband, and for those who were wounded by the madman shooter in Minnesota. Just want to, give thanks for their service, and thanks to her life and for everything that she tried to accomplish in her life. All right, Daryl. So we have an amazing show because we have one of the most amazing people in the country joining our show today as our featured guest. I am so delighted and beyond excited about having with us today Congressman Jonathan Jackson. If you know Congressman Jonathan L. Jackson, you know that he is a fighter for the people. He has been brought up in that amazing Rainbow Push style, and he has never, ever been off the battlefield. He was the national spokesperson for Rainbow Push before becoming elected to his current congressional role, and he has made himself heard on the floors of Congress. and he has made himself one of the real influential leaders in this Congress. Congressman Jackson, welcome to Igniting Change.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
And he is the only member of Congress that has his own walk-up song. They got a song that they play when he walks up to speak, Barbara.
Watch out. We're sorry, sir, that we don't have that song ready for you today. But, we've been singing it. The show title of the day is Ain't No Stopping Us Now, because we cannot stop, won't stop, must not stop, must keep going. And we're talking today about Congressman Trump, about NoKings Day, and we're talking about upcoming John Lewis National Day of Action, Good Trouble. So welcome, Congressman Jonathan L. Jackson, to Igniting Change. Hello? Okay. All right. Well, he will be joining us soon. And we, in the interim, we will have, we want to welcome, any of our other guests that are on. We're going to have, Betty Magness, who is the amazing Illinois political director for Rainbow Push. We're going to also be welcoming to our show, Everett Ward, who is one of the main, young leaders in this country, who we've had the pleasure of having on the show before. And we have a new voice also, Denise Poloyac, who is an amazing leader and member of the Chicago Indivisible Board. Hey, it is great to have everybody here. Good morning, all our guests.
Good morning. It's great to be on.
Good morning. All right. Good morning. All right. So I heard you, Betty. Betty, welcome, Betty Magness. You are an amazing leader. Just, I want everybody in the nation to know how much we're indebted to you for your leadership, your amazing ability to just build, massive coalitions, and the respect with which you're held by people of all races, all generations, all sectors of life in Chicago. Just as a testament to your work. Thank you, Betty Magness. Thank you for being with us today.
You are quite welcome. And can I just say to the audience that is listening, Saturday, Dr. Arnwine and Reverend Wilson ignited the crowd unbelievably. The last count I heard for Chicago was 75,000. I think it was 100. But when Reverend Wilson said, "I'm from Rainbow Push," they screamed. And then when Dr. Arnwine said, "I'm from Transformative Justice," they screamed even more, because we had two powerful black sisters standing up talking about no kings in this country. And I just want the audience to know that people yelled and screamed for you guys, along with me, of course.
It was such an honor. I still can't get over it. Is Denise Poloyac with us? Denise?
Yes, I was just able to get on, so hopefully you can hear me.
Oh, yes. Well, congratulations to Indivisible Chicago. My goodness. I have been in many, 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 many demonstrations in my life. And I must tell you, and Daryl and I were just rolling, watching that crowd that you assembled. Oh, and the organizing that you did for that event was so amazing. I mean, I haven't seen an event so well put together. I haven't seen a crowd more enthusiastic, more ready for the moment. Wow, what a time. People, you got to understand the march. After the rally, the march had to stretch for, 20, 30, who knows how many blocks. And people were still feeding into the march at the starting point. And what was amazing is that the crowd was calm, but they were hollering with passion for their cause. Nobody was upset. People were there because they knew what the moment was about. Denise, that's your organizing. Congratulations. Amazing.
Thank you so much. You know, we're all volunteers at Indivisible Chicago, and we're glad we could play some part in bringing together everybody and all the voices from the stage and everyone in the crowd. And you know, there's lots of righteous anger, as I said during during my few remarks, and we need to, you know, use that righteous anger in a nonviolent way to you know, combat everything in front of us. And I'm so glad that you all could be part of the program and that we're all doing this together, because that is so very important.
Oh,
And
yes,
Denise,
yes.
And Denise, was there one part of the program where you just sort of sat back and you smiled to yourself and said, "This is what it's all about"?
You know, for me, I think it was, I went up on stage. I never am on stage. I'm the person who organizes the safety marshals and plans the march routes, and I'm never on the stage. This was a first for me. And I think before it started, when I had to go up there because our ASL interpreter couldn't get through the crowd, and we were waiting, we had to ask for a volunteer to come up and start the ASL interpretation so we could start the program. And I think when I went up there and looked out over the crowd and asked that, and we had someone who wasn't certified but was working on getting their certification step up, and I thought, this is what it's all about. We're volunteers. We're all doing what we can. We can't all do everything, but we can all do something. And I think that more than all the speeches was like, oh, this is what it is when I looked over all of those people and all of those signs.
I mean, and it was just beautiful. And I just loved how cooperative everybody was, but more than anything, just how proud people were that they were there, that they were being heard in that moment, that they weren't being silenced. I just loved it. Folks, you got to understand that people were there with their children. You got to understand that people were there in wheelchairs, and people were there, just to make sure that this moment would not pass them by, that they would be part of this moment. It was absolutely moving. And Edward, you're one of those young leaders. You haven't had to be in this fight for decades like some of us, but you're one of those young, amazing leaders. And can you tell the audience what it meant to you to be there in that moment?
Well, thank you. I will say I've been in the fight for a little over a decade, though. But I will say that in that moment, it was a lot to process, primarily because I could recall us trying to figure out exactly how many people were there. And at one point, I'm like, oh, we have about 5,000 people here. And as the line kept going, I'm like, no, wait. We have about 10,000 people here. After talking with you and we're talking more, it's like, no, it's probably about 20,000. And then it jumped up to about 50,000. Now I'm hearing it was about 75,000 plus, because the lines didn't stop. And it's exactly what you said. The people were there. They were ready. They were fighting. They were marching. They were angry. They were restless. They were ready to go. So for me, I thought it was a very powerful moment. And I think when you were on stage, Attorney Arnwine, and you talked about no more kings, and the crowd shouted, no more kings. And I'm like, one of the first things I can think about is absolutely, because you can put a crown on a clown, but you won't get a king, right? You still get a Donald Trump. And so that's the problem. So I think being there, and people are exhausted with the way this administration has been bullying folks. And so to see all of those people gather in the city of Chicago saying that we're saying no to moral suppression, no to self-proclaimed kings, seeing that moment, it gave me hope, not just for the country, but primarily for the city of Chicago, to say that we have a lot of people here who are exhausted and ready to stand up and fight.
All right now. And Daryl, I know you got some questions. Let me not, because I'll keep running. Go ahead, Daryl.
And, thank you for that, Edward, because that was really, really good.